When to neuter a Labrador Retriever. Part 2. Things to do and not do for your neutered dog. After neutering a Labrador Retriever, the owner must remain by its side and provide proper care. Though most labs recover rapidly on their own, there are a few techniques that owners can use to speed up the recovery process. Among them are: aftercare. When you bring your neutered lab home from the vet, you may notice that he appears sadder or more bewildered than usual. This is due to the fact that Labradors typically remain silent for the first 24 hours following castration, i.e., until the effects of the anesthetic wear off. During this time, the owner must provide a calm environment for the Labrador, as well as a comfy bed and a comfortable room temperature. Food and water. After bringing your neutered lab home, you must provide him with tiny amounts of water. If you allow your lab to drink too much water, he will vomit. It is then critical to give your lab some time to recover before feeding it. After the 24-hour interval, you can resume routine feeding and watering of your lab. Medication. Long-term pain relievers are administered by veterinarians to Labradors during the surgical castration treatment. The medication's effects continue for roughly 24 to 36 hours. As a result, it is common for veterinarians to prescribe pain relievers for your lab at this time. You must carefully follow all of the veterinarian's recommendations and not use the human medication in your lab to compensate for the drugs in the prescription, as this may endanger your pet's health. Bathroom habits. If your Labrador does not urinate sufficiently within 72 hours after surgery, you must contact your veterinarian immediately. An owner must also ensure that their lab's pee does not contain any blood. Activity levels. It usually takes 24 to 48 hours following surgery to get your lab back to normal. Nonetheless, one should postpone lab activities for at least a week after surgery. The reason for this is that excessive exercise may result in an opening of the operation site. As a result, an owner must ensure that his lab is not allowed to travel to particular areas of the house, that he is only allowed to walk his dog for limited amounts of time, and that he is not allowed to engage or play rough with other animals. I'm not sure if I should castrate my dog. Given that castrating a Labrador Retriever can result in infertility, albeit not immediately, neutering should be regarded as an essential decision for the owner to make in regard to his lab. Neutering is not a decision that a lab owner should take lightly because it is not always regarded as a perfect option that is appropriate for every lab. In general, lab owners opt to neuter their dog for two reasons: good health and undesired behavior. If a lab owner has no concerns with his male Labrador's conduct, his dog does not exhibit behavioral problems like cocking his leg on things, aggressive behavior towards other male dogs, or sexual tendencies like mounting or wandering, there is no reason for him to neuter his dog. However, if a few dog owners do not want their lab to contribute to a large number of unwanted babies, prevent lab overpopulation, or if they wish to safeguard their lab from various medical concerns, they can have their dog neutered. To aid in their decision-making process, explore the numerous benefits and drawbacks of neutering male labs. Nonetheless, if a person has second thoughts about it, he can always consult with his lab's veterinarian to find the best answer. Neutering in various nations. Many countries require Labrador Retrievers to be castrated at an early age. When lab owners fail to neuter their pets on time, they are viewed as irresponsible in these countries. For example, in Los Angeles, a Labrador must be sterilized before the age of 4 months. Neutering is a common technique in countries such as Australia and the United States. Furthermore, these countries have been planning a widespread neutering program for decades. Aside from that, some areas regard neutering as an objectionable treatment. In Norway, for example, it is regarded as undesirable to neuter your dog unless there are valid medical reasons. Birth control is not considered a valid reason. Neutering is not universally practiced in countries such as the United Kingdom and India. Although many Labradors are neutered, there are a significant number of dogs who are not. Conclusion. Neutering is one of the most popular surgical operations performed on dogs all over the world. Labrador owners choose to neuter to minimize unexpected pregnancies, lower the risk of illnesses and malignancies, and control behavioral concerns such as humping and roaming. Aside from the positives, a lab owner must also weigh the drawbacks. Though neutering is helpful for labs, doing it at a young age can cause growth issues. Furthermore, neutering increases the dog's chances of obesity and hypothyroidism. As a result, neutering is neither totally useful nor entirely worthless. Its motivation and necessity simply differ from person to person. As a result, it is recommended that a dog owner first consults with a reputable veterinarian about his lab's options. Subscribe our channel for future videos. Visit our website holisticmeaning.com for more informative articles.